welcome to Amayou Real and Uncut. This is the TUNC 2022 edition. If you're wondering what TUNC is, that's the Urban Nerd Con. And I am here with Roy Evans, the creator of TUNC 2022. And I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself, and then I'll ask a couple questions. And if anyone has any questions about the con, put them in the comments below.
Okay, so yeah, first off, you didn't tell me I needed to be on my phone in order to do this, so.
My bad. I thought.
Yeah. I do live streaming on a regular basis, and I use software, so I never do it directly into the system. But hello, everybody. My name is Roy Mitchell Evans II. I am the executive director and one of the founders. I like to say one of the founders of the Urban Nerd Con, because it wasn't just me. There's a group of folks who are also engaged in it. But it's a con that is focused on characters and creators of African descent. But it's one that we want to make sure that everybody comes out to, everybody can enjoy, everybody can find some new great stories and get engaged. And, you know, you get some black folk your money. There you go.
I know that's right.
To everybody.
We've given a whole bunch of other folks our monies. So actually the first question that I had that was from one of our viewers or whatever was, is it just
of course not. Like I just said, no, we want everybody. You know, we want everybody to come. We want everyone to come out and have some fun, get into your cosplay, get into some of the things. We want to, I guess, foster a better opportunity for understanding for people. But you've just got to be willing to accept that. As we're doing some things this year, there will be some things coming up next year that, yeah, they will be specific, but it still doesn't mean that you can't come to the con. You know, the con is about just having fun, yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Right. So the catchphrase for the Urban Nerd Con, what is that? I want to hear you say it.
So, yes, our catchphrase, we kind of have two, but the main one is our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con. So that's the key. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I love that. When I saw that on the little flyer, I was just like, this is perfect. This lets people know that everyone can come, but it is going to be mainly focused on our heroes, our villains, our stories, and that's not something that we've really had before.
Really before, like never. Yeah,
so
like never. That's part of the problem. You know, we've got some folks that have some great stories that we're hoping that are still going to be able to come out. You know, and that are there. So like one of our guests, of course, is Kevin Grievous, who is not only an HBCU grad, not only a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, but for other folks to know, he is the guy who created the Underworld and I, Frankenstein series. You know, it's like,
oh,
wow, that's funny. Like,
I didn't even know that.
In the meetings. So, but yeah, so I mean, you know, we've got these folks who have these great stories out. One of our guys who's going to be there, William Hayashi, he has a series that is being put into production from, it's called, his books are called the Dark Side Trilogy, that's being put into production for Netflix.
Nice.
You know, yeah, it's dope, man. We've got folks out there who get great stories. You know, I think Jordan Peele is opening up some doors and seeing a lot of things for a lot of people, but you know, we've always had these people there. These folks have always been there. And this gives them the ability, you know, we want to make sure that we open up this ability for people to be able to just come out and just enjoy themselves in the space. So yeah.
Okay, so earlier you mentioned that you were one of the founders. So can you drop some names of some of the other people that helped create this vision?
Well, I mean, you know, we've got a bunch of people. You know, it kind of kicked off with myself and John Moran, of course, from the Grumpy Old Nerds. Then we've got a core of folks. Penelope Flynn has been helping out. Sonia James, who unfortunately just lost her mother, so we want to send our prayers and everything out to Sonia. Yeah. One of my frat brothers, Rodney Godfrey, Tony Cade with Challenges Comics and Books, or Challenges Comics and Games. I'm sorry, Tony, say the name of your shop wrong. You know, just people who've been around, man. You know, we're really kicking it and doing some stuff. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So I've kind of been behind the scenes, but I want you to let the people know, how long has this thought, this idea been with us, and how long it's taken for it to actually come into fruition?
So wow, we initially actually started trying to do the NerdCon back in 2017. And we just, you know, had a lot of challenges at that point. trying to pull this thing off. And we were initially trying to work and do some stuff here in the city of Atlanta. And, you know, Atlanta is Atlanta. And it's one of the hardest things we found is doing a first year con is a very difficult process of wanting to do, wanting to do a good one. And so we ended up having to table some things back then because we just didn't have the resources flowing through that we needed to in the way that we needed them to. And then, you know, so some things picked up over the years in the business. And so that helped me out be able to do some stuff. But we also have a great partnership with the city of Montgomery, who is
Montgomery.
Yes,
So
we're going to be in Montgomery, Alabama,
the
last weekend of this month. And,
lovely.
you know, they came on. I was there for another event that we were streaming and was talking to them, and they were like, hey, we would love to have that NerdCon here. Let's see what we got to do and bring us on. And, you know, we're ready to jump on this thing, man. So that was it. You know, we jumped in and they've helped out and it's been good.
Awesome.
So we're getting ready to really, we were like 3 weeks away, technically. We're still 3 weeks away.
I mean,
no,
like 22
days
22 and a few hours. But who's counting?
No, it's under, if I'm not mistaken, it should be under 20. Hold on here. See, now I got it checked.
Okay. Now, let me ask you another quick question. You didn't mention this little thing we've got going on called
the pandemic, you mean?
You didn't mention that.
You're calling it the pandemonium.
The pandemonium, the Pythagorean theorem, the parallelogram. I don't know. But would you say that with all of this that's going on, has this been like a blessing in disguise? Did this open up some opportunities?
Actually, yeah, I do believe that the whole pandemic thing had a positive impact on the idea and plan, because it just opened up a lot of folks wanting to get back out and get engaged. People haven't been out in a few years, so it's like, you know, a lot of folks have cabin fever. Yeah, we're like 17 days out too, so just to kind of put that on there.
Definitely 17 days. I just checked it just now. I just checked it.
But yeah, so no, you know, that was the thing, man. It does. I do think it had a lot to do with some of the success and things being able to pop up for us. So
that's awesome. Okay, so we're 17 days out, so that puts the date of the con July 29th through the 31st. So are people still able to get their tickets? You can still purchase tickets.
You can still get vendor tables. Yeah.
Okay, vendors. Vendors.
We're going to be, and so you can get your pre-priced tickets now. You'll always be able to get tickets even if you walk up. But of course, if you do the walk-up tickets, they're going to be more expensive than if you pre-purchase them.
Okay, now you said pre-price. Now usually these tickets cost about $175.
Yeah.
$150, $180, depending on what kind. So
well,
what's the price looking like for?
So for us, of course, it's not that much. Kicking off for what we call a regular nerd badge. You can get the entire weekend for $50.
Okay. Okay, wait, hold on. So 29th, 30th, 31st. So you get 3 days for $50. Well,
technically, yes, because we are still running a BOGO.
Wow, okay.
Where you can buy one, get one free. Okay. So you can actually get two for $50. That is probably going to stop in the next week. So.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, pause, because we need to talk about these monies, because gas prices is up. And you're giving away 2 tickets, not giving away, but you're selling 2 tickets for $50 for the whole weekend, not for the entire weekend, but for the whole weekend. Okay, we need to take a pause for the cause. Everybody that's looking for something good to do, July 29th through 31st, I need you to get your ticket. I need to see you at the Urban Nerd Con, okay? Because it's only $50, and that's for 2 people. 2. That's like $25. You put your 25, you put your 25. Boom, we both there. We having a good time for the whole weekend. Okay. All right. Sorry for that little commercial break. So last but not least, because I know people are going to want to know this, who are some of the like big name people that are going to be at
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I can't tell if there's a glare.
Let me see.
It looks like there isn't a reflection.
It looks like glare.
I'm going to pull a little paper out just to let them be able to see some of it. But like we've got Megan Tandy, Anthony Montgomery. We've got Rob Morgan, who's someone I did an interview which will actually be out this week. We will release the Rob Morgan interview, and he was great to talk to. Kevin Grievous that I spoke about earlier is going to be there. Dave Fenoy, one phenomenal voice actor. Man, Timok is going to be there from The Last Dragon. So all my Last Dragon fans.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Like, I'm not saying me, but like some people that I know, like they might have like a little bit of a crush on Timok.
He's going to be there at the con. Yep, we're looking forward to him coming out. We're actually going to we're planning a screening of The Last Dragon, and we're going to do a Q&A with him. So
nice. So included within the con is a screening of the movie, so you get to watch it with like all the fans and everything, and we get to see
some of that. Yes, ma'am.
In real life. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sorry, trying to bring it back down. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm not gonna keep you here too long, but I want to know, is there anything else that you want to share with the people about
the biggest thing? Oh, so yes, there is one thing before I get to that final piece. We are also doing what we call a young nerd badge, because we really want young kids of African descent, young kids who are, urban kids who are into these kind of things, to have the ability to be able to express it without ridicule and be able to come into a space for that. So we are actually asking people, you can go to the site and do it. We're asking folks to donate the young nerd badges. So it's like you spend $25, and we will actually give that badge to a child through different youth groups and organizations that are in the Montgomery area. And it's not only that, but those kids when we buy one of those, the kids actually will get $10 in cash out of that money that will allow them to go and spend it at the con for what we call con bucks, so that every kid can actually leave with something from one of our Black creators. So yeah, that's one of the major things for it, because we really,
amazing.
We, I mean, I know what it's like growing up and being looked at slightly different. Luckily for me, I was also an athlete. So when people, when I tell people I'm a nerd, it didn't matter, because they weren't going to do that, because I was also an athlete. But, a lot of kids get bullied. They get for being into these odd things that are a little different. So, yeah, we want people to go ahead and donate those so we can give those out to the kids in the area. And because that's one of our main goals, is to give them a safe space to be able to go to express themselves, enjoy the stuff that they're doing, and then, open their imaginations up, because that's one of the things that it'll do. When you are comfortable in a space and you see people who look like you doing these things, we definitely, will open up their imaginations and be like, well, wow, it may not, instead of it taking someone by the time they get to college to really get into it, they may get into it into their, in their high school years and make a big change.
Right, absolutely. That is awesome. I love the fact that the Urban Nerd Con is giving back.
That's what it is. So yeah, Friday is actually Friday is actually our youth day at the con, right? But we are going to have, so there's a group that we're partnered with based in Birmingham, Alabama, called Ed Farm, and they are a technology group they work with middle school kids, and so they had a competition where they had 14 teams of middle school kids develop their own video games, right? Yeah, and so they had their competition, and then they picked the top 4 finalists for that. Well, those top 4 teams are actually going to be featured at the Urban Nerd Con. So they all will have booths, and then we're going to do a judging thing where they'll go up, do their presentation, talk about their game, and then the committee / judges are going to vote to see which group of kids actually have the best game. From that perspective. But yeah, so Ed Farm is going to be there with their kids, and that's going to be something that's really exciting. Again, just sparking the imagination and letting them know that they can get engaged. So
yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Okay. Is there anything? Oh wait, hold on. I gotta tell y'all something. I'm gonna be there. I'm going to be at the Urban Nerd Con, so in case y'all want to see me, hang out with me and some other cosplayers, we will be there. Okay, now that I got that out the way, is there anything else you want to add as far as some last words?
Just help us out. We're trying to, we want to make this thing happen. Our goal is to get the Urban Nerd Con to eventually be as big as conventions like MomoCon, like the you know, the Dragon Cons and things where it is, and it maintains its focus. You know, we tell people the qualification that we're looking for is of African descent. Now, mind you, we will feature other minorities and stuff, but the features, the primary stuff that we're going to do is that. And we tell people, you know, anything else, leave it at the door, because it's all about that. That's what it is. But we want everybody to come out.
Right. There's plenty of other cons for
I mean,
all the other stuff. This is like the FUBU of cons.
Yeah, there you go. And so, and
that's what I was thinking. The young kids, they don't know what a FUBU is. But I'm gonna put y'all on.
So yeah, but that's gonna be the thing, man. We just want folks to come out and get engaged. I've had, you know, I've listened. It's funny, the first question you've asked. I've gotten multiple calls, multiple emails from people who are not of African descent, who were, you know, they were curious and they were like, you know, hey, I saw your con. This thing looks great, looks interesting. I noticed that it was a con this way. They said, but are we, you know, can I come? And I'm like, yes, you can come. Get your friends.
Right.
All y'all come and buy a ticket and show up. So, you know, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, you know, that's what it's about. Is we're not trying to be exclusive in the space. We just want to be included, you know, in our authentic voices. And we want to, we don't want, our goal isn't to have someone else telling our story while we're sitting there on the sides like, no, we're going to tell our stories, as it says. You know, so and I mentioned, so that's hence is where our heroes, our villains, our stories, everyone's con came from. But then it says we are also the defenders of the diaspora, because we are going to be the ones who tell our stories. We as a culture, just in this country, we let everyone else tell our stories literally for the last 50 years. And so now it's time to change that. It's time to give our voice to our stories and the things that are out there. So
amazing. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me, Roy. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time. If anyone happens to join late, I will go ahead and download this and upload it to YouTube so you can see the video in its entirety. Thank you.
Y'all be on the lookout for Nerd Out. So I know she wasn't.
See, now I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but since you said something,
game show that Amayou is gonna be hosting. So yep, we're gonna be getting Nerd Out real soon.
All right, if you want a sneak peek of that, make sure you're at the Urban Nerd Con. Thank you all for joining us again. This has been Amayou Raw, Real, and Uncut TUNC edition. Y'all have a good night. Bye.